How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Crypto has fallen today. Bitcoin actually fell under 40,000. It's jumping up a little bit right now, but we have a new massive seller of Bitcoin. And it's hilarious when you hear who this is. They've sold over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. I want to talk about whether this will continue or whether the bleeding will stop. And I want to talk about what else is happening in the market, how I think about the market right now. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. There's also a link down there to HGAaccess. This is a group that I created with a handful of other influencers where we talk about what we're doing, what we're hearing from different projects, from different teams, from different companies in crypto, and we give access that you don't get anywhere else. There have been a lot of people signing up for this over the last few days, partly because we had a crypto last week that we had talked about ahead of a launch, and it did 150x from the price that some people got in at the IDO, and then other people also got in right at launch and did a 40x. So if you want information like that, you can check out the link underneath the video. There's also a link down there to Margex where you can trade cryptocurrency on leverage. Of course, make sure that you are allowed to do this, make sure that it fits your risk profile, but it can be a good way to amplify some returns, work on some TA, and this is a smaller exchange, so they have really good customer service. If you have any questions, you can go in a live chat with someone and get connected to a real life human being that can answer your questions within about 1 or 2 minutes. So definitely check this out underneath the video. Now, Bitcoin has fallen a bit. As you can see here, it fell into the mid $39,000 range. Now, some alts are jumping up because Bitcoin just jumped up, but we're still seeing a lot of people freaked out over the last 24 hours. A lot of people are worried about what's happening with Bitcoin and why it's going down. Well, I can tell you why it's going down. GBTC continues to sell, and part of that is in large part to FTX. This is just nuts. This is the gift that continues to give. FTX liquidated $1 billion worth of GBTC shares. There have been 2.8 billion of outflows so far, and like I said, about a third of it, 35%, coming from FTX. We'll talk about whether that's going to continue, but as you can see here, Grayscale also sent $900 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase Exchange. I don't even think this is included in this post here. Maybe part of it is, but they sent another 900 million just today. So we continue to see Coinbase continue to sell Grayscale's Bitcoin. To be clear, it's not Grayscale that's bearish on it. It's just that people that have GBTC like FTX are selling. They're selling, and some of them are paying out creditors like FTX, are going to pay out creditors. Some are just moving into IBIT or into some other ETF, some other Bitcoin ETF. Some are just holding for 30 days so they don't have a wash sale. So there are a lot of different reasons for this, but we are seeing strong hands continue to buy, and it does look like FTX is done selling. They held 22 million shares, and they're pretty much down to zero. They sold around $1 billion worth, and yeah, the market is going to have a hard time swallowing that up. And keep in mind, FTX isn't going out and buying some other ETF. Most likely, they're just selling, and then they're going to give that cash back to creditors. It's just liquidating the asset. Now, some altcoins look really juicy right now. I did a video, I'll put it on the end screen, but I did a video on the top 10 cryptos that I'm seeing in the market right now. I think there are a lot of opportunities right now. And like Rob from Digital Asset News says, dump it on me. I'll buy those bags, but don't complain when it goes up 10x and I unload on you. That's how this works. This is how it works when I take the risk. That's exactly the case right now. Like, okay, I'm buying here today, or I'm accumulating here today. I've gotten paid in Bitcoin for some different things. I am going to continue to swallow up more and more Bitcoin, but I'm going to take profits. And when new people come in the market that aren't watching this video now, they'll be pissed off if I say that I'm selling or I'm trimming my position or anything like that. But just know, I'm going to do that. If we have some crypto, like on that list of 10 cryptos I gave earlier today, if we have some crypto on there that goes up 10, 20, 50x, 100x, or it's a big crypto and it goes up 2 or 3x, I'm probably going to sell. And then people will get pissed off, but that's how it works. If you get in early, you are allowed to sell. That's how it works. You can do whatever you want if you buy the blood. Now, who's selling? Obviously, Grayscale. I want to take a look though at the Bitcoin rich list. This is the top 100 wallets, or actually it can be as many wallets as you want because it keeps on going down the line. But this list is the top wallets in terms of holdings of Bitcoin. Now, when you go through this list, it's really interesting because this shows right here, this is really easy, the change for the 1 week and change for the 1 month. If you go through this list, there are some entities that have lowered the amount of Bitcoin in the last week, but their exchanges, or you can see here like not significant, 0.002 Bitcoin, 0.001 Bitcoin. That's $100 or something like that, less than $100. So these don't matter. But if you go all the way through to the top 50 wallets, there's only one that has sold any kind of a significant amount that wasn't an exchange. Of course, exchanges are just basing their wallet size based on what people are buying and selling. But any individual on this list did not sell. Of course, there was this one person that sold 778 Bitcoin in the top 50. Keep in mind, that's still a small portion, like 5% of their overall wallet in the last week. But there are other entities like this one, number 44, that transferred in or bought Bitcoin this week that came out of nowhere. Like this wallet had its first transfer on the 9th, so 13 days ago. And then they started sending in Bitcoin, 2,100 Bitcoin, you can see, about a week and a half ago. And then 2,000 Bitcoin last week. Another 1,200 Bitcoin, 4,500 Bitcoin, 4,200 Bitcoin, 4,500 Bitcoin. This became the 44th largest wallet in less than 2 weeks. This is crazy. So there are wallets that are buying. Strong hands are accumulating. Of course, there are some liquidations. Like you can see here, $200 million worth of longs liquidated. If you are going long, if you are using leverage, keep in mind, you could be flushed out. So you want to be careful about how you're using leverage, of course. And there are also a lot of short-term holders that are just being flushed out. They're scared or they think the narrative's done. They're selling. And they're selling to the likes of me, hopefully you, BlackRock, Fidelity, Rob from Digital Asset News. We're all swallowing it up because we realize that in 6 months, in a year and a half, we're going to be much higher than we are right now. I'm not scared at this dip. I actually kind of like it. Gives me an opportunity to get a sale. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do with a ton of cash? Buy dips. That's what it's there for, right? I'm not saving a bunch of cash to go on some huge vacation or something like that. I save cash to buy dips. And we are getting a dip here today. So I am accumulating. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you're not scared. I hope you're excited. I hope you're liking this out there because this is the stuff we live for. When there's no real reason to be bearish, there's no bad news, and yet we're getting discounted prices. That's awesome. Let me know your thoughts though underneath the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, you can check out the link to Margex or HGAccess underneath the video as well. There are other links too in case you want to support in other ways underneath the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Check out this video on the end screen too about some cryptos I'm watching and buying right now.